see the children, come join me right here. Don't go sit where you usually do. Join me right here in the middle of it, right here. This is our dad. Please come on up. Good morning, guys. So the last several weeks we've been looking at, actually a couple months, we've been looking at all the windows in the church. We've looked at the flags. Last week Mr. Boykin looked at the hymnal. I want to look at something that we don't usually look at. Are you ready? I want you to look at the floor. Look at the floor. Did everybody find it? Where is it? There it is. It's pretty easy to find it. So here's something I want you to notice about it. Not just the floor right here, but I want you to think about the floor of this entire sanctuary. Have you ever noticed this before? Adults, many of you do know this. But kids, I want you to notice what shape is our floor. Have you ever paid attention to this? Almost a rectangle. So there is a rectangle that way, but look, there's a little side, those are called transepts, a little side piece over there, a little side piece over there. So if it's one big rectangle with those little arms on it, it is, that's exactly right. Have you ever noticed it before that the shape of the floor is a cross? Do you see it? Now, here's the fun thing. Do you think that happened by accident, or did somebody design it that way? Somebody designed it that way, so on purpose, right? Sometimes modern buildings, they don't think to do that. More historic, traditional buildings, like our worship space, the entire building itself says, why are we here? To worship Jesus, the Savior, right? So there's crosses all over the place. I'm wearing a cross. There's a cross on the altar, cross on the pulpit, cross on the lectern. Right? There's crosses all over. But here's an amazing one many people miss. What's the floor? Cross, right? So everything about our worship space, we come into this place and it says over and over again that Jesus is the Savior, that He died for you and for me, and we came here to honor and worship Him, right? So isn't that cool? That even the floor, have you ever thought about the floor before? No. Probably not. What do we do with the floor? We just walk all over it all the time, right? But this lets us know that everything about the design, not just of the decorations in the building, but the design of the building itself, right? This whole building says, Jesus is the Savior, and that's why we're here, right? So think about that. When you come into church, look at it and say, here we are, worshiping the building, shaped like a cross. There's a fancy word for that. That word is cruciform. Anybody ever heard that word before? The church is cruciform, and it's the form of a cross. Look at it and think of it every time we're in this place, all right? Thanks, guys, for coming up. Now you know what the floor is all about.